Lions, Bucs this Sunday, 4:25 game. A 3-1 Tampa Bay squad coming off a bye. And a 4-1 Detroit Lions controlling the NFC North. Before we get into it, first and foremost, a humongous sigh of relief and shout out to Alex Anzalone and his parents in Israel, being able to make it out in a terrible situation. So to Alex Anzalone, his family, we open a Bonfire Brown by Sagatuck Brewing. You know what? Never had it. I was at the store, saw it. I was like, man, I'm in the mood for a stout, but they didn't have any in the fridge. There was nothing cold. So we're going with a brown ale. Normally I'm not a brown ale guy because it's never thick enough. You know, it's kind of just like a little too watery for me. But it was the darkest thing they had. And I'm like, guys, it's freaking October. You can't have nothing darker than a brown ale. Here we are. Not bad, but I guess I just really wanted a stout. Am I starting a beer review show? Lions, Bucs this Sunday, pretty amped. Don't love the 4:25 slot, but hey, it is what it is. Looking at this game, there's a lot that's going into it, but first and foremost, we got to kind of look at, obviously, this week, Sam Laporta was out for most of the week with a calf injury, but he was back at practice today. That's big because Sam Laporta has proven his worth very clearly and has shown why the Lions took him as early as they did. Already a huge playmaker. Already. Zonovan Knight out for the season with a shoulder injury, a season-ending shoulder injury. You got Frank Ragnow, who is out consistently on these veteran days in order to keep that toe healthy. Jahmyr Gibbs and also Brian Branch still sitting out, working out on the side. I know Jahmyr Gibbs, it's the calf as well, or it's a hamstring. And then with Brian Branch, he was working out on the sideline a little bit. Nothing crazy, wasn't out there. So will we see Brian Branch this week? I don't know. But hey, this Bucs-Lions game is going to be good. It is a big game, a 3-1 Bucs team and a 4-1 Lions team. Each team trying to just progress a little bit further, tack another W on the board. The Buccaneers will be wearing their sick creamsicle unis, which I'm excited to see. I love those things. Will this be the week that the Lions bust out the all grays with the new blue helmet? Maybe. Some things to note coming into this game. First and foremost, Goff is he is killing it. My man is leading the charge. And for anybody out there who thought that maybe he would simply be a bridge QB, I'm interested in knowing what you think now, seeing where we are today. The guy is in the midst of, I mean, it's only 5 games in, but probably his best season yet. I mean, last season was incredible in the fact that we are consistently seeing him stay consistent. Goff is pure Michigan. Thank you, Tim Allen. He is truly Detroit. When you look at what Detroit is, that blue collar, he goes to work, puts his head down, brings that dirty old Stanley lunchbox with him, does not care what anybody's got to say about him, and he is proving he don't care. He's just going to go and do the job. And now with the right pieces around him, Goff is making strides to prove, hey, this is probably his career year. If he keeps this going, this is a career year for Jared Goff. Now, the O-line last week, the O-line this year, suffering a couple injuries. Jonah Jackson, he's not going to be a go. He's not going to be a go this week. Expect not to see him out there from what I have heard, what I can see. So with Jonah Jackson going out, that O-line, listen, versus the Buccaneers D-line, the Bucs bring pressure. They bring pressure, and Goff has taken quite a few hits whenever it's 5-man rush, right? Like, that's not where we're seeing a lot of success. And the Bucs are going to bring pressure. They got some big boys up front. Frank Ragnow he was talking about it earlier this week. That is going to be a struggle. The battle of the trenches this week is vital. Vital. You know what? With every sip, that's getting a little better. It's getting a little better. A little tinny. Only 5.5%. Normally, I have a rule, and it's 6.5 or higher. man, I think I made a mistake. I look at Tampa Bay and I look at their defense, and they're doing some great things. They really are. I think they're averaging 3 sacks a game. Like, they're putting the pressure on. They're coming in fast, and really, even their secondary is looking pretty good. Tampa Bay is applying a solid amount of pressure. They've done a great job in these first 4 games, and they're coming off a bye, which I don't love for us. What's probably going to allow us to have the most traction in this game is a healthy David Montgomery. Because you look at the Buccaneers' run defense, and they're ranked 21st in the NFL. And Montgomery has been nothing short of a stud this year. Him in the game, bringing Montgomery here has been one of the best things that I think we did this offseason. And he is stalwart, that guy. And so against a 21st ranked run defense in the NFL, and our run offense ranked 5th in the NFL. Now, granted, Jahmyr Gibbs will be out. We lost Zonovan Knight, so it's going to be that punch of Craig Reynolds included in there. It's going to be a Montgomery Reynolds type of game. But hey, I don't see Monty stopping anytime soon. I really don't. My guy is putting up TD after TD, so let's go. I think the run game is going to be everything. If we can establish that run game early, give Goff the RPO, give him that option, man, I think we could put up some serious numbers here. But it's going to be tough because Tampa Bay is no slouch defensively. Baker Mayfield's the type of guy who's just going to get out there and sling the ball. Yeah, I mean, he is a gunslinger. He's just going to get out there and just rip it around. Mike Evans is, I mean, when I look at this game and Baker Mayfield and his connection, his chemistry with him, is looking good. And so our pass defense is going to have to step up. Cam Sutton stepping up, probably going to be on him. But very excited to see Jerry Jacobs as well. Now, listen, Jacobs has made a few errors, couple things here and there throughout the season, but otherwise, my guy is killing it. He's killing it. There was a penalty called on him in that last game that was bogus, but Jerry Jacobs, Cam Sutton, Tracy Walker, without a Brian Branch, like our secondary Lions pass defense, which I think is ranked either 10th, 8th overall in the NFL, 8th overall, 8th overall ranked. Coming out there against a gunslinging Baker Mayfield, we're going to have to see some serious play out of them. I trust our D-line. I trust them. I'm not even worried about it at all. It's really going to be that secondary. So, yeah, man, all in all, I'm looking forward to this game. I think it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be probably one of the more fun games thus far this season. Don't get me wrong. The Chiefs game was electric, winning that one off the bat. But like after the last 2 weeks, Green Bay and then Carolina, and just slaughterhousing them, this is going to be, I think, more of a challenge. It's on the road. Tampa coming off of the bye. It's going to be a tough game. This is not cruise control. This is not cruise control. Get in there, and we've been great on the road. Go into Tampa, stomp the yard, both literally and figuratively, win the game, move it up to 5-1, and get prepared for a tough game again. The following week against Baltimore, right? It's Baltimore? Yeah, I think so. But anyways, yeah, just some thoughts heading into this week. Let me know what you guys think. Quite frankly, I do believe that the Lions win this game. I think we should. However, hey man, can't grow complacent, especially after 2 double-digit wins. Good wins nonetheless, but winning on the road in Lambeau, then winning at home. This is a big game. So, once again, shout out to Alex Anzalone and his family making it back. And Sagatuck Brewing. It's gotten better. It's definitely gotten better as I've been sipping it. But it is a little tinny. Is that just because it was in a can? Maybe. What's the expiration date on this bad boy? Oh, maybe that's why. Freaking thing expired. Nah, I'm an idiot.